Yeah.
Here I am.
Oh mate.
Got to look back on the footage though. Yeah. Take you like 20 minutes to find the right one.
Fucking by that time they moved, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just launch a GoPro at them on a string.
Yep, that's it.
No, so pull it back. A proper drone.
You know, instant playback.
String around the GoPro, fucking lock it, pull it back.
Yeah, alright then, how you doing? Had a nice little weekend break and we went airsoft in the weekend and yeah, that was pretty good actually. Little father-son time, getting out there, getting down, getting dirty, shooting guys, acting in a team and just generally having some good fun, yeah. And I must just say, I really enjoyed myself. It's just let off some steam, yeah. On the whole, yeah, it's the first time I've been airsofting, and I must say it's one of those sort of sports that I actually really enjoy because it's group inclusive, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. At the end of the day, you're there, you're playing in a team, you do your objectives, and yeah, you're there to just sort of get on with it, yeah. Very active day, and this is in Thetford Woods. Bit windy, but hey, never mind. Eugene thoroughly enjoyed himself. We're going to go again. What I do like about this, and I've got to say this, is a couple of females I was talking to about it. It's like the first thing they say is like, "Oh look, there's men playing soldiers, like little boys in the woods." Well, yeah, exactly. We are playing soldiers. One of them said, "Yeah, don't like guns." I said, "Yeah, but they're just little pellets that you shoot at each other," and they can't understand it. But yeah, you dress up like soldiers, you go and have some fun, and then you go home and you got some experiences. But you've also made mates. And like my boy, he's learning about teamwork and how to work together with people, which that is exactly what it's about, yeah? It's there, have fun. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that is better than going shopping or go and have coffee or anything like that and sitting down, have a nice little chat. Yeah, nah, let's go out and do things because that's the man things to do. So anyway, yeah, you'll see the footage that I took a GoPro with me to have a look at how it worked. A little bit of experiment. Some of it didn't work because I was wearing a chest plate, so the footage where the GoPro wasn't in the right place. It's better on top of the head, yeah. But the equipment's actually pretty good. Now what I want to do in this video, I've just told you a little bit about Airsoft, which is in the title, yeah, and I want to show you about the GoPro and I want to show you about the mobile phone I've got. Yeah, I'm not promoting these. It is just basically a bit of information for you because I know some of you guys want to do YouTube channels or you just want to do videos just for your own fun, yeah. So I'll give you a little bit of insight into my equipment as well. Okay, it's important, not important, I don't know. Video making can be quite pricey, yeah. GoPro takes it down to a different level and it's actually quite good equipment, yeah, for what it is. Right, okay, hello, I'm going to do a GoPro review, but first I'm going to a little shout out for this mobile phone that I got, yeah. It's raining out here, your camera, you are under the tree, it's raining here. This is H2O submersible and I've tried it in the shower. It works, yeah. It is basically a telephone that's like this. It's like a brick. It's got a hard screen. Okay, you can drop it from 2 meters onto concrete. It shouldn't break. It's dust impermeable, and you can see I bought this second hand. You can see the dust that's there by the switches. Yeah, so some type of contractor has used this. It's 4G double SIM, or so you can put your employer's SIM in there and your SIM. Use both at the same time, so you don't need 2 telephones. You've got 1 telephone, camera and all that sort of thing. I'm not happy about the camera. It's not good quality. It's good enough, yeah. IP68 is the mark on it, okay, which means that that's impermeable to dust. And it's got a MIL specification on there. You probably look it up and it'll tell you exactly what it's capable of doing, but you get blown up with it, okay, it should under a certain circumstances survive. Yeah, pretty damn good, I would say, for me. Yeah, because I live a rough type of life, everything I do is fairly rugged, yeah, from my working environment to my hobbies, and to have a brick like this in my pocket, yeah, that isn't going to break is pretty good. Plus it's got a big enough screen to watch movies on, and I listen to all sorts of audio books. The battery life is big on this, yeah, this has got a huge battery on it, so stand by. If you've got this in your pocket when you're wandering about, you're doing your rambling and stuff like that, and you happen to even get caught in a storm, the phone's going to work for you. Yeah, so I'm raging about this because it has a good name, Defender Beast. Defender Beast, you know what that means to Land Rover owners? Yeah, hey, I'm driving a Defender at the moment. Yeah, the GoPro itself, the GoPro Hero 7 white. Now that is a basic model. You get like 3 in the range, which is like black, silver and white. White is the cheapest. It hasn't got 4K, it's got 1080p, it has slow-mo, stuff like that. But what it is wide angle. It's a wide angle lens, so you can capture actually more of a mise en scène, as they call it. You can capture more of the frame. Yeah, I'll just show you how close you can actually get to the GoPro, and it will still be fairly relevant to the amount of space you can get. So you're talking what, a foot away, and this is the sort of image you get. So the GoPro's got a very good lens. Okay, I'll step away, and yeah, you know, it's what would you call this, a one-person shot. Yeah, and you have to actually go up quite close to get close-ups, and I mean actually really close, compared to the other 2 cameras I've got, which is this one here, which is a DSLR. DSLR is basically used for getting the right type of focus, so you have like clear in the front and fuzzy in the background. Yeah, that's done with the lenses. Downside here, the same with the GoPro obviously, is that you have your playback on the rear of the camera. Yeah, so you either got to put a monitor on it, or you got to have somebody operating the camera. Whereas the one I'm talking to right now, this one, the Sony camcorder, they've thought of almost everything for you to operate it yourself. Yeah, so I'm running a Rode Filmmakers transmitter and receiver into it. That's why it's good audio with a lavalier mic. Yeah, and compared to the camera microphone, which catches all the wind noises and that, it is superior quality of dialogue. Yeah, for instance, if you just were using the camera, you'd have wind going across the microphone, that would be crackling all sorts. I'm sure you've seen videos like that. Whereas this one's got a little dead cat on it, yeah, and it's pretty good. It's not windy now, so it's all right. Yeah. Facilities of having a plug-in external microphone on a camcorder means you've actually got to spend more money to get one. Yeah, that can accept external microphones. Yeah. This camera itself, the Panasonic, can do 4K video, although, and this is a warning here, 4K video, the bigger the resolution, the more data there is to process in a computer. Yeah, so even with my Mac, which is the iMac, it's quite up to date, it still struggles with 4K unless you use a proxy media, which is smaller. You can process it or render all the rest of it and upload it to YouTube, for instance, in 4K. Still takes processing power, so I generally use 1080p with a specific frame rate, either 25 or 50 frames per second. Yeah, that's about all I can get. 50 frames per second is better, you get less blurring. So if I move, for instance, you don't get much blurring, but the less frame rates there are per second, the more blurring you'll actually get. Yeah, it's a bit of technical information for you. All right, for this GoPro, my old GoPro, which is, they're all in here, and basically it's stuff to fix GoPros onto whatever you need to, and you have to think about what you're doing first and get the bits. Compared to other equipment which has professional adapters, which are more swivelly, if you like. These are fairly fixed, so you've got to be quite clever the way that you put all your fixings together. Yeah, it's flexible enough to do what you want to do as long as you have the bits and pieces with it. With this particular GoPro, the only part that I got was this top cage, yeah, and a couple of helmet fixings for gluing on, which is good enough for a start. Yeah, however, when you get a bit more pro, you then start getting head straps and such like. Yeah, so we've got a head strap here. I can put this on and I'm hands-free completely, yeah, to go skiing or working on a vehicle and showing you. Yeah, this fixing I have here, this is a vac mount, which they use this type on Top Gear for putting larger cameras onto, which in this case actually takes a DSLR, or it will take the camcorder, yeah, because it's a heavier piece of equipment. Yeah, downside of heavy bits of equipment, okay, they're better quality, but they weigh heavy. You need bigger spaces to fit them into, and that gives its own problems. Yeah, so for me, for instance, if I'm sitting in a vehicle using the GoPro, like you've seen in the last video I did, yeah, that was ideal because I could fix it very quickly onto the windscreen, and I'm talking to the GoPro easily. And the microphone, okay, it's not brilliant, but at least you could hear me talk. Yeah, so that's the upsides to GoPros, is that they fit in tiny spaces. They have a wide angle view. Yeah, I think it's 180. It was very close to it. Yeah, and the audio is not too bad. Now, I bought a GoPro Hero years and years ago, and I found it okay, and only okay. It doesn't have any playback facilities on here, so you're sort of guessing what you're shooting at. This also comes in a casing which is waterproof if you have the right back on here. This one's open so the microphone can work. Yeah, but you can see how it is, okay, waterproof casing. It is quite compact and small. When they first came out, yeah, they were actually pretty good. I had some fun with this, didn't find it was really applicable for what I was doing. This one here, you can see it's sort of about the same size, however, there's no casing with this. Battery on the 7 you can't take out on the white one, you can on the black. This is the cheaper version, so about 179 quid. Okay, so I've had issues with this already. It didn't want to start up, and I'm pressing this now. It started right, okay, yeah. Now basically what you have is a playback screen here, so you can see me twice, can't you? Yeah. This one here cost £179 plus an SD card, yeah, and you get one fixing, yeah, and obviously you get tons of accessories with it as well. You know, you can be as clever as you like with it, but you just get what you need for what you need to do the job for, if you understand what I mean. Yeah, so if you're doing stuff like off-roading or just even street racing, I suppose, with your car, your Land Rover, whatever, or even your trucks, yeah, because there are some guys with GoPros on your trucks, and they, yeah, yeah, you have to work out how to fix the damn things. Yeah, I wouldn't advise using a small suction cup on the front of the windscreen, no, because you might lose that. Yes, so yeah, basically the GoPro also now it marries up to a smartphone, but you do need a Wi-Fi connection to get it to connect, which, yeah, that's a downside, because if you're out in the sticks, you're not going to get the right connection at all. Yeah, plus it has a Bluetooth connection somewhere, and I don't know how it works or what it's supposed to do yet. Yeah, the good thing about this GoPro is, now I've showed you this mobile phone, is I'm in quite a low light situation. Now the exposure on this camera here is brilliant for indoors, yeah, and I'm very surprised GoPro has excelled themselves in this area. Obviously there are filmmakers that will say no, it's not that good, but if you see the color and the lightness in my hands compared to what you could on a normal camera, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's impressive to the older type. This type of GoPro used to need a lot of light in the lens to actually get a good image. Now this newer one, even though it's a white and it doesn't have that many presets, it's pretty good. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's it for now, and I'm putting the washing out and it's starting to rain. Yeah, that is brilliant. Yeah, that's the second time that's done that. The sun was out, I started doing the washing, and then the rain came. Hopefully it'll go away at some point, otherwise I'm going to have to take these back in, but I do need to get these dry. And yes, I do have to do my own washing and cleaning and everything else, because I haven't got a female here to do it for me. There's no point, I'm pretty independent. Yeah, so anyway, that's that for now. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'm gonna do more stuff that I think you may find interesting, and it's basically going to be either work related or hobby related, and the things I'm showing you here also are pretty useful in your life. Maybe if you want to go airsofting, the place that we went to was Combat Airsoft in Thetford, yeah, which is about 20 miles down the road from here from us. And some people that we met they're from places like Ipswich or East Anglia. Yeah, now it's a mixed bunch of people from 13 to 60 years old, and these guys are smashing it. They're just out there and they're having fun, and I must admit the place is good. Cost us £30 per person, and that includes gun hire and pellets. Yeah, okay, so that's all day play. And the way it was organised, we were in there and we were told what scenarios we were going to have, split into teams, and then get on with shooting each other with pellets. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, they do actually sting quite a bit, if you're especially on open skin. Got a cut just here, it's alright. I got one on my backside as well. First time I went out, I got shot in the backside. I thought, yeah, okay, I know what's going on here. I should have to be a bit more diligent. Obviously you need eye protection and stuff like that, but these pellets, they are to be taken seriously, because they can take teeth out. Yeah, if you're not wearing eye protection, it could take your eye out as well. So something to think about there. It's not a pussy's game at all. There is a serious side to it. Yeah, so anyway, enough from me for today. I just hope it stops raining now. I just tell the rain to piss off. Yeah, I know some people want the garden watered, but I don't. I want my clothes dry. So anyway, see you later.